Hey, welcome back again to the podcast, and excited to go through these steps with you. And today we're going to be talking about step 3 of our 8-step system to $1 million in revenue. And it's a really nice way for anybody who's starting to work their way through our world to actually go back and listen from episode 1, where you see a bit of an introduction from me, and then we'll be kicking off through the episodes talking about each of the different steps to take you from where you are now to $1 million in revenue and beyond, right? So that's why we designed it, and we hope to serve you in that way by putting those together. Today, the subject's all around moving your audience into something that you own, a database that you have that you can continue to market to them with. Why is this important? Well, you'll see so many people talk about the fortunes in the list, the money's in the list. And so if you haven't got a list, then how can you generate inquiries, meetings, sales? Because you've got nothing to pull, nothing to push. All you're hoping for is your social media following might be able to see your content. And who owns your social media following? Well, LinkedIn does, or Facebook does, or Instagram does. And if any of those sites decide that you are actually not the right content creator, or you post something that's kind of politically incorrect and you don't realize it, or you just share something from someone else, or you just get deleted through the sands of time and something happens, how do you know? Or you get hacked, because that's happened. One of my good friends, Amanda, had her Facebook account hacked. Another good friend, Jason, had his Facebook account. In fact, I almost feel lucky I haven't had my Facebook account hacked. And if that happened to me, that's my Facebook ads gone. That's my Facebook community gone. That's my Facebook connections gone. And even if I am able to get that back, that might still be a month's lag. And a month's lag for me, now I've got my profile and my engine running, could mean thousands, if not tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of pounds in revenue, or dollars in revenue, depends on where you're going for, lost income because you relied on a channel and the channel was therefore taken away from you and it's completely out of your power. And if you hadn't done this stage 3, which is then siphoning them into something that you own, then you're going to be up the creek without a paddle, I'm afraid. So what do we mean by something that you own? Well, the email list is the best way of actually kind of considering this, right? So if you can get that attention that you're generating online with your target audience and serve them something specific, like an ebook, or invite them along to an event, or invite them to a 5-day challenge, something where they have to register with their name, email address, even phone number, and therefore convert from being attention to actually your audience member, your database in your email list, then that's the transition we need to do. And you need to have these assets in place. And these assets need to be evergreen, something that's there always generating those new leads, those conversions into your database. And if Facebook goes down, you still have that email list that you can send an email to, and you still have that within your business. It's still valuable. I previously mentioned, I think on episode 1, about selling to businesses in the past. And one of the things that they looked at when they did their due diligence stage was how big and how engaged is the email list. Why? Because they want to know when the second they take over and buy the business, that they could send an email out and the next day sales come in, inquiries come in. And if you haven't got that in your business, then you are literally by going by step by step, by having nothing reliable, no kind of fallback plan. I know people that scale very quickly through running ads, loads of ads. They're spending tens of thousands of pounds a month on ads, and one day they're doing great. The next day the ad stops working and their entire revenue gets wiped out. And they've geared up salespeople, they've geared up coaching programs, and just something happened and the ads didn't work. Same with Google traffic. Sometimes the SEO didn't work. I remember back in the day where people used to pack different keywords within the background. So they used to write in white text on the background of a website all the keywords to be able to keyword pack a website to be able to get to search engines. And that was very quickly seen by Google. They changed the algorithm and then suddenly no more is that working? And all the traffic goes. And of course, if you're relying on that steady stream of traffic to be able to generate those queries, then you have to have made sure that you're building a list. Now, it's not just a list that you could be building. You could be building a community off social media. So for example, one of the things that we have is a free school community. Now, School is a software. There's many different ones like this, like Circle, there's School, there's Mighty Networks, there's a Slack channel if you want to use Slack channel. And these are communities that are made off the major social media channels where people join, and there's almost like a focus that you can give, like a structure to that community that means they're not getting distracted by all the adverts that spins around, say, a Facebook. And that would be considered something that you own that's off platform. Now, that is also has its own kind of issues. Again, that's relying on a third party to be able to work on it. Whereas with an email list, you can make sure that you're keeping an offline version in a CSV or an Excel file or whatever of the list and the emails within that database to be able to kind of belts and braces. But the point being here, gang, is that you need to be siphoning off your data sets, your leads away from social media. So you are still doing stage 2, which is find and hang out with your audience on social media, and you're building your network, you're building your followers, you're building connections, you're building your brand awareness. But stage 3 then does bring them into your database. You've got them in 2 hoppers, right? Now, the best way to do this, as we said, is through these information swaps. Now, when you do create these ebooks or 5-day challenges, etc., make sure that you're talking to your target audience. So help them solve a pain. So in step 1, where we talked about, well, what's the pain that your audience has, and create a product that sells that pain. Now what we want to be thinking about is actually looking at creating little micro information swaps. What I mean by information swaps, they swap their email in exchange for the value, the ebook or whatever it is. Now, can you solve little pains for them here? And if you do, you prove that you are a pain solver, and then they will go on and buy your main solution. So I have done since 2017, I think the first time that I did this, I do a 30 leads in 30 days challenge. And my clients like to be able to generate leads. And so they would jump on the challenge. Originally we were just charging a bit for that as well, so we could make some money with some of these info swaps, and people would go on and try and generate 30 leads in 30 days. Or another good example is that we invite people to join our LinkedIn for Breakfast community, which is a school community, and it's also a weekly free event that we offer our community. And why is that great? Well, one, we get them to generate the lead by them joining the community, and they're off then in a community that we own. So we then can carry on to continue the conversation with them regardless of what happens on social media. And that weekly event, we can warm them up and nurture and give extra value and continue to show our value in a decluttered world as opposed to these social media networks. And we'll be talking about that in stage 4 next week when we talk about the kind of over-deliver value for free pre-sale stage. But just for now, think, how can I get my audience offline and into my audience? And when you've been doing DM strategy, when you're connecting people, direct messaging strategy, that's a great way to do it. So for example, let me just say that I connect with you on LinkedIn. And I say, hey Bob, how you doing? Great to see you. Crazy upside down world, isn't there? Question mark, right? My hope is that they come back and say, yeah, crazy, the market's really weird at the moment, or whatever it is, or it's really going great here. And then I might say, notice that you're interested in this influencer, or hey, great post that you put out recently about your coaching business. Or by the way, I've got this really cool thing that's an ebook that's the 99 ways to get more leads. Thought you might be interested in it. Would you like me to send it over? Right, so that's the DM that I'll be sending. And Bob might say, yeah, cool, great. And I'll go, excellent, what's your email address? And I'll send it to you. And there's a couple of other bits that I'll also throw in over the oncoming weeks that I think you'll like. Great. So what have I just done there? I've initiated the conversation. I haven't sent him just through the DM on LinkedIn, the ebook, and this could be played out on Instagram, Facebook, wherever, right? what I've asked him is for his email address. And when I asked him for his email address, I also said, there's a couple more things over the oncoming weeks I'll also send you that you might be interested in. So I'm therefore telling him it's not just one email, it's a series of different bits of content, and therefore instigating a subscribe. And his acceptance of that subscribe is him giving me his email address, right? Because he's just agreed to that, okay? And so by then taking that email address, I will then go, thanks, great, I'll send it over now. And I will then personally subscribe him to an email sequence in my database that will first of all send him the ebook. Hey, first name, and it will put their first name in, so it's an automatic email. Great to chat to you on LinkedIn. Here's the ebook. Watch out for the next few days when we're sending a couple more cool things out. And then every second day, it might send another email. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the ebook. Thought you might like this video. Oh, wondered what your thoughts were. And then email a few days later. Hey, wondered what your thoughts were about the email with the ebook and the video. Wondered if you wanted to have a one-to-one to discuss what it's like, right? And then that's me then moving Bob from becoming aware of me on LinkedIn and connecting me to considering me. That's generating and consuming my video and my ebook to actually convert, which is going into a sales meeting with me. And then my hope is that they buy at that sales meeting and they go on to deliver, right? So awareness, consider, convert, deliver. We'll be talking about that a lot on this podcast, because if you can have an asset and a system to be able to make people hop from each stage, then you've got a machine. And that's what we're here to be able to help. So I hope that example helps and actually see why this is important. But the moral of step 3 is make sure that you're constantly siphoning people into an email list. The fortune's in the email list, the money's in the list. So if you're not proactively siphoning people into that list, then please today get that started. Looking forward to talking to you next week, where we'll be talking about the over-delivery value for free pre-sale. And we'll also soon be introducing some guests into this podcast as well. And look, thanks for being on the journey. I hope it helps. It certainly gives me great value to get the feedback and the emails and the messages. And if you haven't done yet, do give this a review on social media as well. If you're listening to this, go onto iTunes or whatever podcast player you're listening to, and please give us a review. I'll look at every single one. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, do like and subscribe. Big love, take care, see you on the flip side.